This is probably the most interesting article I've seen from AOL when I went to get my mail. It's about these two guys in England who invented this flying bicycle. They just took this. I guess it's. I guess people doing this parasailing already use these. That must be what it is. That's why it's got a backpack on the thing here. I didn't realize that. So these things must be designed for parasailers to stick on their back, and then they have these sails above them. And let me see if I can turn the sound off on this thing. Yeah, because the music's annoying. but, uh, but anyhow, here is this flying bicycle. So they just took this parasail idea and stuck it onto a foldable aluminum bicycle. And they went out and they flew with this thing. There he goes. Yeah, so I guess basically they sell these parasail, this company called Parajet that sells these big fans that you just stick on your back and fly around with the sail. So really all they've done is they've taken the parasail and they've stuck it on top of a collapsible bicycle. And they're trying to sell it now. And this page that this is on is Kickstarter here. So what is Kickstarter? Well, Kickstarter is a way for people to solicit donations, and the Kickstarter site I think takes 5%. So if you raise $100,000, not unlikely, but if you raised $100,000, the site would take $5,000 in a fee. Or if you raised $100, they would take 5%. Anyhow, here's this aluminum foldable bicycle. And I don't know, I guess the fact is that all they've done is taken the parasail idea that I suppose you can buy anyhow from established companies and attached it to the collapsible bicycle idea. So maybe it's not all that brilliant, but it is kind of, because it's something I would never have thought of doing. I'm not into things like bungee jumping and rock climbing and roller coasters and parasailing, any kind of daredevil thing. And my main concern as I look at this thing, they want to try to make this available to people. And if they do make this, if they're not going to make, they're not going to get this by next week. They're trying to get 40,000 pounds, like $100,000 in the next week. In the last 6 weeks, they've only gotten 10,000 pounds, which isn't bad, but all right. So their little company is called Explore Air London, and the main concern is that if they were to develop this thing and be able to sell it, and people would buy it, it says you don't need a license to fly this thing. Some people are going to get killed. If this goes on the market, eventually it will go on the market, whether from these guys or somebody else that takes the idea and runs with it. Eventually, if the flying bicycle comes out as an affordable gadget on the market, some people are going to take them up in the air and crash. It's just inevitable. People are going to die on these things, just as I suppose people have probably died bungee jumping. People have certainly died on roller coasters. People have certainly died rock climbing and mountain climbing. And I'm sure that people have died parasailing. Still, I think it's an interesting concept. Not that I should buy this from these guys, who are probably never going to actually have enough funding to develop or to produce anything. But the company that sells the thing, Parajet company, bum. Okay, so yeah, it gives you an idea that I could buy a couple of these parasail fan things and put them. First of all, I'd want to convert them to an electric motor if that's possible, and put a couple of them on the back of a little electric vehicle type of a thing. Or it wouldn't be an electrical vehicle, it would be just a sort of a version of this bicycle thing they have, with more of a cabin to sit in that I would feel less, more secure, less like I'm gonna possibly, I could lean over and fall to my death a couple 100 feet to my death from this bicycle without a seatbelt even. Uh, I think that you could probably build a little personal airplane thing with a couple of these, and possibly with electric batteries, electric motor, and with not, instead of a parasail, to have an actual solid wing construction above it. Because that's all the parasail's doing, is making a collapsible, portable, lightweight wing structure. And when you see the video of him flying with this, you can see that's how it operates. Let's try it again. You see him flying in the air with the thing. Come on, show him flying. Show him flying. No, show him flying. There we go. So that whole parasol thing is just serving as a portable, lightweight, collapsible wing. And if you had a solid wing, that's part of the problem. Some people are just going to plummet to their deaths just because something happens to that wing, or it doesn't expand in the right way, or it collapses in the midair. But if you had a solid wing structure with solar photovoltaic cells above it, that would be directly powered by the sunlight on it. That's an idea. So that's it. Paravelo, combining parasail with the French vélo, meaning bicycle. La-di-da.